London has been home to many famous musicians such as The Who and the Beatles. But did you know that Jimi Hendrix and composer George Handel lived almost 240 years apart? The Handel and Hendrix in London Museum is located on Brook Street, where both musicians lived. For an entry fee of £10 for adults and £5 for children, you can travel back in time and explore two very different periods.
Handel was born in Saxony, which is now part of Germany, and came to London in around 1710. He moved into this house in 1723 and lived here for the rest of his life, and died in this room in 1759. Jimi Hendrix came to London first in 1967, became an enormous hit really quickly, went back to America for a brief time, and then came to London and came into the flat here in Brook Street in 1968 and lived here for about 6 months.
Handel would appreciate that we've kind of kept his rooms as they would have been, and we're kind of trying to promote his music as well. And the same with Hendrix. I think he would have found it hilarious that we've kept this exactly as it would have been. But also I think he would have appreciated that his music is still being appreciated by other people and it's really kind of still spreading.
There are a couple of striking similarities between them. First of all, they're both immigrants to London. This is really important. They both arrive in London in their different centuries, at moments where London is becoming a musical centre of their world, really. So both of them arrive in London. London has a certain musical scene, but they kind of grab that by the throat and really shake it up and make something completely new.
Handel paid £35 per year to live here, and Hendrix paid £30 per week. Just that comparison with today's London renting prices is just incredible. And the fact that they lived side by side for quite a similar amount of money, but for different time frames, is just really, really great.
For Handel and Hendrix, it's an ideal location because both of them were within walking distance of where they worked. And wouldn't we all love to live in Mayfair and walk to work?
Whilst exploring the museum, you may feel a ghostly presence.
The story goes that he was shaving in his bathroom on the top floor one morning, and over his shoulder, reflected in the mirror, he says he saw a man with an old wig on kind of walking around behind him, and he thought that was Handel's ghost.
He went downstairs and told Cathy Etchingham, his girlfriend, about it, and she was sort of like, oh, all right, Handel's ghost kind of thing. But I think the point is he was really interested in Handel and Handel's music because they're both great innovators, and I think they'd be quite interested in what each other had done to innovate their type of music.
Of course, when Handel lived here, it wasn't the heart of London at all. It was on the very fringes of London. And this whole area was a brand new development. He was the first person to live in this house. But this was the western expansion of London that happened after the Great Fire of London. It took a while to develop, but it was kind of like a planned space as well, with the great Georgian squares at either end of Brook Street here linking them.
When Hendrix was living at 23 Brook Street, he thought he was living in Handel's house, and he was really interested in that link. So he would be really active in looking for his music. So he bought Handel's Messiah and Belshazzar on LP and listened to them. He was very interested in that.
The museum is open every day and is a place where both their music is played together in harmony. So check out this alternative venue in the heart of the West End.